Today's April 9th, Thursday, 2020. If you have the coronavirus, you have one of the symptoms is that you have trouble breathing. If you have a mask and you're wearing a mask over your face, it's kind of tough to breathe. So if you suffer from the coronavirus, the reason why you have trouble breathing is because you're wearing a mask. If you suffer from the coronavirus, you're suffering from a belief. If you believe, therefore, you wear your mask. Now, there's a couple ways of looking at this. My stepson, he's like in between about wearing it. He has to wear it at work because where he works around food, I guess. However, the only reason why he would wear the mask is because he doesn't know if he's carrying it, so he doesn't want to give it to other people. The other mindset is people wear the mask because they don't want to catch it from you. Think of the mindset. Think of where your heart is. If you don't want to give it to somebody else, you're more concerned about, you're considerate of other people. If you don't want to catch it from that person over there, you're worried about yourself. One mindset is concerned about other people. That's why they would wear it, which is how I would think that way, but I'm not thinking that way, and I'm not thinking the other way, because I'm not attaching feelings to that subject. If you can't breathe from the virus, it's because you're wearing a mask. If you don't want to give it to somebody else, you can wear a mask also, which means you're slightly suffering from the coronavirus. You have periods of time where you can't breathe right, because that's the symptoms. Because there's periods of time where you take your mask off, and therefore you can breathe. Oh man, I feel like I just got cured from the coronavirus. And then when you put your mask on, you have trouble breathing. If you're afraid to give the virus to somebody else, you'll put your mask on. But if you're afraid to catch the virus from somebody else, you'll put your mask on. Either way, you're still suffering from the coronavirus. Periods of time when you can't breathe, when you got your mask on. Go ahead, anybody, just put a mask on. Eventually, you're going to gasp for air. You're like, when you see it, okay, it's called a coronavirus. That's what it is. If you believe it, you attach feelings to it. The feelings that comes along with believing the virus is fear, panic, anxiety, worry, stress, everything that negative energy can just suck the life out of you. That would be called Satan. He's there to provide all the feelings. When you realize who he is and how you can just say, get out of here. He's like, all right, I'm sorry, Rob. All right. Because that's what it is. It's like a spirit that just, when you recognize that you can just, it goes, she goes, the spirit goes. It's just one spirit, the other spirit, they're exact opposites. When you get rid of Satan in your vessel, when nothing bothers you, when nothing phases you, when you can see things for what they are, you don't have to attach a negative interpretation to it or a positive interpretation to it. You can just see it for what it is. It's coronavirus. Fear, laughter. Fear, laugh. When you laugh, you have peer pressure not to laugh because people are getting irritated at you laughing at stuff and you're insensitive. Or you can have the fear where you're that person judging that person over there because they're not buying it. Nobody, who told you have to buy it? Who told you that you have to buy this? What peer pressure from who? The person, your life, the experiences. How about Satan? How about he has the peer pressure in your own vessel? Can you recognize that he's the one peer pressuring you? When you're sitting there by yourself, like you're just sitting there, it's like, man, this just sucks. Who's telling you this shit to feel that way? It's negative energy. Recognize it, feel it, let it go through. When you sense it, you feel it, grab it, embrace it, take a hold of it. Let it seep through your veins, any kind of fear, anxiety. But because you know it's there, you're going to be able to flush it out. Because so many people are afraid to feel fear, so they keep fear at. It's like fear gets up to here, and it's like. Let it go. Let the fear travel through your body, and then just breathe it out. Flick him out. Flick the switch. Just beat it, Satan. He's always going to be around trying to nitpick and trying to jump in the conversation, trying to any kind of fear that possibly can come out of anything you're watching. He's there to try to show you. From experience, I lived in a lot of fear going through this YouTube situation from the point of getting there, and then the fear started to fade away as I hopped on YouTube because I started to get it out. Like the fear came out of my mouth. All the words came out, everything flushed out. I pushed record, I spoke about how I felt. I got it out, it's therapeutic, and then I move on. And in the meantime, going through it, there was a bunch of people that I was, well, let's just say they were assigned to me. There's a lot of people that were assigned to my channel, and then they came against me. I thought they were like friends. I thought you guys were my friends, all of you. I mean, there's a lot of yous that I can start naming. It, good or bad. It ain't. It is what it is. What happened back then happened purposely. It's the way it was supposed to be. And then we get to this point now where the events start happening. And then all those things that you guys heard about, the stuff that I was saying, and how there's half of you that, well, maybe more than that, you don't think that I have the truth in me because you still have a delusion over you. Because I think I gave you too much credit at one point that you guys know the entire truth, but you're just acting like I'm lying to you or something. Some of yous are, some of yous aren't. These events that take place, it's what starts to get you guys to believe that we're at the end. That's all I'm saying. We're at the end. This is the whole point of why I'm on here, showing people we're at the tail end of God's judgment that started back in 2011. And I don't think you Cleckites know that. I think there's a lot of people that believe that we're just getting started. More people, I think, believe we're halfway through. I don't think anybody truly is saying that we're at the end of everything. Like this is peace coming upon the earth. This year, it's peace on earth. Some of you might believe that now, watching my channel, because you feel it. You feel how that's unraveling. but you also need to see some events take place, or, like Trump saying there's a 15 days and then he's going to add it 30 days later. Being able to tell you that before that happens, being able to go back to the video to show you where I said it at, to show you the date before it happens. They're just little bits and pieces that I take out and just show, like, everybody, here, this is what I found. What am I trying to prove? That we're at the end. What am I trying to prove about myself? I don't have to. I don't need to prove anything. I already know what the deal is. This is the ending. This is the Bible. This is prophecy. It's being fulfilled. It's happening. We're at the very tail end. You get to see the grand finale of the button that's already been pushed. Coronavirus? Do you suffer from the coronavirus? Do you have symptoms of not being able to breathe properly? Do you suffer really bad? Have really bad breathing problems? It's because you wear your mask too much. It's because you're living in fear. Go ahead, wear it. It's fine. If you want to be more cautious, that's okay. You're just going to have trouble breathing. That's all I'm saying. And if you're worried about giving it to other people, you wear it, which is more, that's like more, it's almost like, oh, bless his heart kind of thing. Because you're so considerate of other people. It's very Christ-like. It really is. To be that way. If you believe it, there's nothing wrong with believing it. It's just, it ain't true. So that's it. It's not true. I mean, it's true there's a virus. It's a cold. It's a common flu. It gives people cough. With this virus here, they're even trying to tell you that you might not even have any symptoms, and you have it. Therefore, put your damn mask on, and then we will make sure you at least have one symptom, which is, do you have trouble breathing? And it's like, well, I didn't, but I don't know. Ever since I wear this mask, I have a lot of trouble breathing. I don't know what it is. We're almost at the end of Bible prophecy. And Stephen Ben Danoon here, he wants to tell you about Trump.
This alleged pandemic across the globe being perpetrated everywhere, in every region, every country around the world, is to move the people into a global one world government. It will be headed in Jerusalem. This will be the headquarters. They will bring out a false Messiah, an Antichrist, if you would.
Like, who's that going to be? Is that going to be Trump, or is that going to be Pence, or is that going to be Kushner? It's Kushner, yeah, because Trump has to die 3 days later, and then Pence takes over, but then after a few days, Kushner takes over. And then Kushner, he gets 40 days to strut his stuff. And then there's going to be rumors that Trump is alive somewhere. They're just, nobody's seen him. That's what I think.
That they will claim is the Messiah himself, but he will not be the Messiah. And of course, when I initially began to try to share this information with you guys, unfortunately, I didn't know how much I could share with you, what I could say, what I could not say. And so it was a little bit difficult for me to express what was going on. So I tried to use what I thought was probably the most obvious for most people, and that is
talking tongues.
You'd sent me these messages about the presidential seal not being present on the podium when the president was speaking. The presidential flag was not there.
You know what the seal is?
But I was aware, too, that
Trump's going to die of the coronavirus. That's the seal opening up. But the beast coming from the pit, that building has to just, the William Penn building in that area has to just fall over.
Time past, that has happened before. Even under Trump's administration last year, happened during the government shutdown as well. So it wasn't that I was not aware of this, but the information that I was being given was completely had nothing to do with presidential seals being present or not present. It was definitely inside information. As I stated last night when me and Yana were on together, that our intel is not Paula White, as some evangelical circles would use people that are close to the president. And I don't even think President Trump would even divulge that type of information to someone like.
We have a 10-day tribulation period. Can't skip it with you in the way there, Skippy. I guess Trump he's not talking right now. It's 6:16. You know, Trump gets up every day like a daily sacrifice, doesn't he? Today's the 9th. Friday the 10th, Saturday is the 11th, Sunday is the 12th, Monday is the 13th. How much longer do we have to wait until the second phase? Second phase. Whoa. Whoa. First woe, coronavirus. Second woe, what's the second woe? Is the second woe going to be Trump keeling over? I think that happens before the... Yeah, I think that has to happen before the second 9/11, World War III. Maybe the same simultaneously, like, say, Sunday the 12th of April, 2020, Easter, that's when Trump croaks over. And then the very next day, because of that rumor or whatever, that gives Iran an excuse to shoot missiles over in Philadelphia, to hit the William Penn building and the Met building and 17th JFK on the 13th of April, 2020, Monday. Because it's Sunday, it's Monday. They're the 2 days that are connected within a 24-hour period. 4 in 1 hour, like 4 of them in one 24-hour period. The 12th and the 13th of April. That would fit perfectly. Man, that would fit perfectly. Because that would be the second phase. Because the coronavirus, it didn't faze me. I don't think it fazed any of you out there. The second phase, let's see if it phases you. When Trump keels over, not because of an assassination attempt, because of the coronavirus, that's going to be the main rumor. You're going to remember that I said it first right here. Like immediately, as soon as that virus came out, Trump's going to get it. It's only because it's a script. See, if I can predict what the script is, the main reason why I'm doing this is because then I'll be able to convince my audience that we're at the very tail end. It's peace on earth. I'm saying fear nothing, Job 5:22, for a long ass time. Because God says to laugh at destruction. And don't be afraid of their faces either. Don't be afraid of the beast of the earth. Because if you're not, you can enjoy it. So think about how look at the world and the situation that we're in right now. It's never happened before. We've never been locked down like this. Not since I've been alive. You can act like Bible prophecy isn't being fulfilled, but it is. So now that we're living in that moment and you can actually see it, how do you not just let it sink in? Like just let it sink in to your mind and heart and body and soul. That we're living in a time where the Bible, God's word, is being fulfilled. The Bible. There's a point in time where no man can buy or sell without the mark of the beast, correct? What's the mark of the beast going to be? For the 7 billion, they're not going to have any clue. It's just, oh, we got to get a chip. Okay. It's not a big deal for them to do that because they're not seeing it spiritually. If you know the truth and you turn from it, you know, the house of Israel, that's what you guys are. You got to turn back to. Remember when you left your first estate? Remember back in 2011, beforehand? Remember that? Remember Harold Camping? Remember him? Well, you know that guy had the damn truth. And you learned from him, didn't you? Whether you tried to troll him or not, you guys learned from Harold Camping. You're not going to listen to him, but you're going to listen to me. You have no choice. Like what I'm saying is, you have no choice but to listen to me because you're assigned to listening to me. So therefore, you have no choice. You're going to hear the second one that comes around in the end, telling you the same message. And then I happen to come across Kleck, who's doing the same damn thing, but just in a way that gets you to think that he's Lucifer or Christ or John the Baptist. Like Paul Saul kind of ordeal where he gets humbled and then turns into another spirit. Goes from Saul, the murderer, to Paul. Goes, you know, when you run everything on planet Earth, I would say you're probably like the king, right, of the earth. Therefore, when you mingle with your people, you're kind of like the dark side of David. There's a dark side king, and then there's a light side king. The dark side rules first. The light side rules last. You have had all the things in the world, and you're a murderer, and you slept with, you know, someone else's wife and had the guy killed, and it's your baby that person took care of their whole life, and they don't even know it. Or do they? I think Trump's getting ready to start talking. There's a good side and a bad side. As it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. You're your own worst enemy, everybody. All of you. It's just you in your vessel as your own worst enemy. All those things that you did in your life, when you start to not do it, you don't have to feel bad about what you used to do. Because that's that energy of what Satan provides, the Luciferian side that is just, it's all one side. When you pick that side, you're going to have your negative interpretation. When you pick the opposite side, you're going to have a positive interpretation. When you see it for what it is down the middle, you don't have to attach feelings to it. You can just be who you are yourself and just observe. Just observe, watch it go by. It's the same thing with thoughts. If you focus on your thoughts, you know, when you enhance yourself to thinking, when you enhance your thoughts and you study them, you'll realize that your brain does not ever shut the hell up. It doesn't stop. When you think that you have a problem because your brain constantly thinks, you're being deceived. You don't have a problem. The problem is you You're the problem. You don't have a problem over here. You are the problem. Stop blaming it on A, B, or C. It's you. It's not A, B, or C. It's you. U, W, X, Y, and Z. What number letter is that? Who cares? You have a U. You have a double U. Once you get rid of your other U, you become a single U. And then you can mind your own business. And then you can stop fighting with yourself. You can stop judging people. Therefore, you will stop judging yourself when you do something like for other people, like wearing a mask because you don't want somebody else to catch it, opposed to wearing your mask because you don't want that person to give it to you. If people just stopped to think and stop attaching feelings to your interpretation of things, you'll be able to let the thoughts flow by. You'll see it like stupid thought. Just let them go by. It's when you put the dam up and you start to stop the thoughts that it's like car wreck after car wreck after car wreck, and then you're trying to analyze these thoughts that you're stopping. Let it go, man. Open up the floodgates. Let it go. Let it level down. See ya. You don't have to think of the things that you're thinking of. Only when you study your thoughts, you can finally control them. And just live like in the moment. Like right now in the moment. I'm talking to hundreds of people that are listening to me at this exact moment. And then I don't know how many at this exact moment, but then when I upload it, it'll take a little bit to get on it. And then you hundreds of people are listening to me. At least that's what my view count says. It didn't matter if it said one, because I knew who that one person is that needs to hear what God told me up here, through here. It's, you can't even make this stuff up. I'm not Indian, but over the past 2 years, I developed a dot on my head. I think it's hilarious. I love it. It's an age spot right in my forehead. It's for aging. 43 years. 44 coming up June 28th, 2020. I get to live the next 44 years of my life in heaven. Not because I'm going to get killed, because I get to live in the world that I seen coming. I see it coming. I don't know what else to tell you if you don't believe it, besides watch it come to pass. It's very interesting. It's exciting to know what the damn world script is, to be on the outside. Oh man, it's my wife. What do you want, honey? All right, get the hell out of here already. God. Man. I forget what I was even talking about. Rudely interrupted. I guess I could just sum it up where when you have a negative mind, you're going to have negative opinions towards whatever that you interpret, and then you're going to have negative feelings, and then those feelings kind of swirl around in your body, in your chest, the pit of your stomach, up in your head, swirling around too much. You're allowing things to bother you. It's a weakness that you have. You're not able to cast that spirit out because Satan has you by the balls. He has you angry at things. It's not cool to be angry. It just ain't. I know if you act tough and you put on a straight tough face and you're pissed off, I understand, like, it's a masculine thing. Like, you gotta intimidate other people because that's what makes you feel better. That's not cool either. All those things are not in anymore. Christ is in. Christ is taking over. And it's not because he's forcing his will. It's because everybody wants to have that will of doing what Christ is doing, because it's easier in life. When you listen to the Spirit, what the Spirit says, and you apply it to your life, life is easier. Life is more enjoyable. It is what it is. It's like being an animal. It's like being a dog. It's like being Bowie. You're just living in the moment, loving every moment that you have. Now, you can't truly love every moment because people are still lying. It's not really truly heaven on earth just yet, but if your mindset is already there, you're already dwelling in it. You're just waiting for the rubber to hit the road and your ground to hit the damn feet. Your feet to hit the ground. And then just enjoy it. But if you can get rid of the anger now, if you can try to be slower, just try to be a little bit slower to getting to the angry point. It's a thought. It's like, what pisses you off? That does. Oh, wait a minute. Just wait 10 seconds before you react towards whatever it is that pisses you off. If you're willing to do that, the only thing that you can lose is your anger. Because you'll realize that, wait a minute, I waited 10 seconds. Normally I would get pissed off. Why am I going to react towards it 10 seconds later? And then it's little baby steps like that changes your old habit and creates a new pattern. And then you just go, it's like pushing the reset button. You're re-examining your life and you're rerouting your direction that you normally wouldn't go there. Whatever you're fearful of, go ahead and do it. Just face it head on and just get it out of the way, because if you don't allow the fear to just go through your body and then get it out, you'll always be keeping it at a standstill and it'll just be in your body spinning around, giving you anxiety. When you can finally cast it out and tell Satan to get